9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Do not worry, nothing has gone wrong. I have interrupted this intro and I'm going to put a different intro on because we can. So sit back and enjoy a different intro, which is the same intro but just different. Here we go.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here find your mates using the cool gear. No marketing, BS, funny side price wash, Synth Quiz and news. So sit back, relax, enjoy your favorite crew. Synth Geekery show. Synth Geekery's where it's at. So join the channel and come on for a chat.
Hello, welcome, Synth Geekery, episode 341. It is the 25th of April. Happy Anzac Day to any Australian or New Zealand serving or previously serving military person. I hope you enjoyed your dawn service if you attended that. I'm an ex-military person, so just wanted to get that one out there. And lest we forget is what we say in our countries down here, and hope anyone watching on the other side of the world who does celebrate their military service personnel, I'm wishing you also thanks for your service, of course, and wishing you guys also a happy day, because I think Australia likes to extend the arm of thanks to everyone. Now, it is a synth show. We are going to be talking about synthesizers, drum machines, sequencers, samplers, and stuff like modular synths, eurorack, things like that. Music tech is something that we dig into, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the show. 341 episodes, 7 years we've been doing this for. Tell your friends. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let us know in chat how long you've been watching for. How many years have you been hanging around Synth Geekery? And let us know that sort of stuff. If you're new here, jump in and say hi. We are streaming on Twitch. We are streaming on Trovo and Facebook as well. So hi to all the people watching on those platforms. And hi to these guys here. Daren's here, and Ian and Chris. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, all good.
Good, thanks.
Good day.
We did a little weird, different intro this week. What I thought I'd do is I wanted to remove the AI-generated music out of the intro. And it sounded very similar to the previous intro musically. But what there is not anymore is there is no AI-generated music in there except for the vocals. So the last cab off the rank will be to remove the vocals. Yeah. So you probably would have thought, okay, that sounds pretty similar to how it was before. But actually, there is no... For me, it was kind of annoying. Every time I'd listen to it, I'd hear this kind of really low bitrate, crappy sounding music, and it just annoyed me. So, no, I'm not trying to profess that was a good creative tune or anything. It just made it easier for me to sort of edit it, change the instruments on it, and then use the same sort of notes and melody track, and that kind of made it easier. But Look, the idea is still out there. If you guys, one of you guys wants to write a new intro for the show, you can have bragging rights. That's your intro. We will also mention you in the credits, so that'll be a permanent mention of your name in the credits. I think to make it easier, I think just keep the same visuals. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but if you download any of our streams just in the recent couple of months, you can actually just pull the audio off and slice the video up, and you would have the visuals straight away. So if you want to do that, or if you want me to specifically give you the stinger video as a separate file, I can do that, and you can delete the audio part. In any good video editor will let you delete the audio part, and you can replace it with your own music. If you want the vocals as a stem, I can provide you with those, but preferably I would like non-AI vocals. That was kind of how I'd want to go.
There's a really good program for ripping YouTube videos if you're on a Mac called Clip Grab.
Yeah,
use it all the time.
Yeah,
there'll be one for PC as well, but I wouldn't know what that is.
If anyone's interested, though, you can reach out to me on the socials. My links are all through the About section on my channel too, or you can just message me through the show if you like. Anyway, back to the show. We've got a bumper of a show this week. We promised last week because we had a quick one. We are going to have another quick one this week because I've got to get up at 6 in the morning tomorrow, and I've got to take my youngest to a soccer game. Unfortunately, that's life, and I don't really want to be yawning my head off. So if we can scoot through, that'd be great, guys. But I promise you this week, I did promise that I was going to do a price watch. We are doing a price watch, guys, and it's a good one. It is a good one. So stay around for that. There's 5 news items this week in the news section. There's a synth quiz. There is funny side, and also there's also Ian's on this day. So there's a pretty big show, and we've got to squeeze it out. Why don't we get stuck into how's your week been, and we'll go from there. We'll always start with Daren, so why don't we start with Daren? How's your week been?
Week's been hot here, actually. We always give a weather update.
Great weather.
The low, well, I'd say low, just hitting 20. And I know for you Australians, it's probably nothing, but it's lovely and warm. So that's going well. I've literally just come up from downstairs doing the...
Chris and I look at our watches.
Doing my live rig. just building my live rig, so that's
20 degrees right now.
So I get lost. 20 degrees. I'm in my t-shirt. That's how much it is. You know.
I've got a waistcoat on, not a jumper.
Well, it's warm in here, and I'm not even getting anything switched on. Yeah, I've been doing the live rig, or at least attempting to battle through it, trying to come up with ideas because things don't fit, or the lid won't close, or I'm trying to make it so that it's not as much to carry, but it doesn't matter. It's just a hectic day trying to do that. So that's an ongoing project. I did a little bit to mine and Chris's track, which is turning into, it's evolving. Let's put it that way. It's becoming more of a story-based track for the end of the album when that eventually comes out. So other than that, I'm working. That's basically my week.
Fantastic week. Who's going to be able to beat that? Let's see if Ian can beat that. Ian, how's your week been?
Hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, isn't it? Yeah. How's my week been? So Monday, put a podcast out. I reviewed Dex's Midnight Runners singer's autobiography. And I also talk about the time that I met Kevin Rowland and how he wasn't very nice to me and my band, but that's a different story. So Monday, Tuesday, I worked on the dance project a bit more. That's all going very well. Did some 8mm film digitization, which I do from time to time for money. I've started testing some live YouTube versions of my audiophile radio show because I do it on Zoom, so I can actually stream it live. So I might do that for the next one, which will be beginning of May. So if anybody's got YouTube videos that like me radio show, just drop me a message. It'd be nice to. I mean, you guys are, you know. I think we'll put Darren's next video on there for a start, and we'll have one of Ranzee's and maybe one of Chris's if there's one Chris.
You want us to do a new one?
Ooh. No. Just an old one will be fine. Just if you got, I mean, I'll check your channels anyway. But there's stuff in your channels. I'll put it all into a playlist and do it. It's an experiment.
Pick any of mine.
Say again.
Cheers, buddy.
Just pick any of mine.
Will do. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last night I went to an EMOM in Wells. Now, the Wells EMOM is a great evening normally. Okay. Couple of things that sort of bothered me. The first thing was a chap called Minim. I will name him. He walked up, pressed play on a laptop, and then walked off. And that was it. That was his performance. Then somebody else did exactly the same thing. At least they stayed on the sort of staging area and just sat there behind a laptop, literally doing nothing. Which I have to say, I found rather irritating. So I went to the bar. There was a fantastic act called Major Malfunction, who was straight after the guy who didn't do anything. And this guy dressed, he had a cape on, he had a mask on, he was a superhero. He did lots of stuff with modular and looping violins, and he was absolutely fantastic compared to the guy that literally did nothing. But now, I mean, it was a sort of evening of two halves, really. But it's not normally like that.
Was the music all right though with the guy who pressed the laptop?
Music was fine, but I was really pissed off that he just couldn't be asked to take something out of line and play a simple keyboard. You know.
Yeah. This is my thing about getting my set, because obviously my laptop has now become the brains of the set.
Yeah.
But as every time I do it, even when I had the Akai Force, I still felt as though, even if it was just altering some filters, I just need to do it as though I am playing it live. But so you actually rather than just playing a CD type of thing.
Yeah, you just need to do something. And it was just, I mean, it was quite rude to the audience for people who sat there. And like I said, the music was fine. There was nothing particularly special about it. It wasn't really very experimental, or there was nothing really new going on. It was nice, I would say, rather than anything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just the sort of arrogance to think that literally he got up and walked off stage and was walking around. Then he came back a bit and he'd stand there, then he'd walk off again. And I'm thinking, don't do that.
No.
Sorry,
You've
mate.
got to get involved. You've got to, even if your tracks
to.
are written down on your laptop, which mine will be basically that way, you've got to have some sort of process of actually controlling what you're playing, whether it be like mine, fully MIDI controlled, so I can pick beats from different tracks and play it live, but some way of actually involving you, who created the music, and your audience, whether they're dancing or not, but to even get them to encourage you, if that's the way you're going.
I don't mind. I've seen quite a few girl singers just use the laptop to the laptops for the backing, and they're singing over the back. And you could argue it's a bit karaoke, but they've produced the music. They can't play it live and sing at the same time. I completely understand that. For me, that's a performance. That's okay,
Yeah.
But
you've just said it there, actually. A performance, as long as you give a performance in some way or form.
Well, I mean, I was talking to
one person do that.
Yeah, there's a photographer who was taking loads of pictures, and he came up to me while this guy was wandering around. He says, I can't take any photographs of it. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and take a photograph of just his laptop. And that's exactly what he did do. He took a photograph of his laptop screen, which I thought was great. It was a great chat. We had a good natter. Yeah. Anyway, that's my week. Sorry, I went on a bit there. But a bit of a rant over. Hey, Ian's rant is over. Yeah. Don't do that at EMOMs.
All right. We can't forget about Chris. Chris, how's your week been, mate?
Hey.
Oh, you got a bit of a jerky video there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be like that. It's been doing that all night.
You got some bad internet, have you? Or is it?
I don't know.
The audio is coming through fine.
I've rebooted everything. I restart the. It's usually something running. I've restarted all my usual software, so.
It's just to make me feel better when I'm downgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's not going to be much to miss because I've had a bit of an ordinary week, health-wise.
Sorry to hear, buddy.
So it was the rest of my family. Yeah, so I've been fighting back pain this week. The worst I've ever had. It started on Sunday. It got really bad on Sunday night. Could sleep a wink. Fortunately, it eased on like Tuesday, and then it came back in a different way on Wednesday, and it's just been hanging around ever since. So that's been a pain in the back for me this week. Which it doesn't. It's my dad's had back pain for years, so I kind of know the drill. I know how to try and look after yourself, that kind of stuff. But it's so easy to forget, and you just can't kind of get enthused about doing something, or you sit down for too long, and then it starts sending you backwards. So it's a bit of a pain because there's been some other exciting things happening this week. Some work opportunities hopefully coming. I've done some more work on the firmware for the GP82. I have one more thing to do on that. I realized that one of the functions I added in the previous firmware adjusts the clock divisions, so I need to incorporate that into my idea about synchronizing clock divisions, and I haven't done that yet, so I have to kind of rejig everything a bit to kind of do that. So that's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of situation. So it's working really well this week anyway. Before I came to that realization, continuing to do work on the firmware for the new module. Although, as inevitably happens, I'm starting to see the fuel tank running down on memory, and I'm looking at my to-do list, going, starting to get scared now. See whether I can fit it all in. So I'm trying to rationalize things and kind of work out, trying to be clever about trying to combine functions and stuff like that. So apart from that, this week, I don't think there's been anything else. Oh yes, Daren sent me some stuff to listen to, so I'm going to have to listen to that and give him some feedback and possibly do some more collaboration stuff. So that's it for me this week. Thanks, guys.
Sorry about your back, mate. I also had a family member in the house here that had a sore back, and usually when you get a sore back, it's either gone in a couple of days, or it's going to hang around for a couple of weeks, maybe even longer if it's like a chronic thing. So in this particular case, this family member has had it for now over a week. So maybe it could be a viral thing going around the city. I'm not sure. Anyway. Wishing you the best, buddy.
I was off work for over a month with mine when I popped my disc.
Yeah, thanks.
It's never been the same since. Yeah, so it's a pain that you just
It's
mine plays up every so often.
Exactly. And it changes from day to day. And
the severity.
I tend to take if I have it for more than 3 days, I take ibuprofen, which isn't good on your stomach, but actually does help the pain.
Yeah, because it's an anti-inflammatory.
Not everybody can cope with that, though.
Yeah. We're going to say hi to the chatties.
Don't deal well with ibuprofen.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hi, chatties.
Hi, chatties. Hi, everyone.
Hey, chats. Although Dennis isn't talking to me. I've said hello to Dennis.
Dennis is a snob,
bot, and he's not talking to me. I'm really upset.
Actually, I can make you feel better.
Oh, no, that's made my day.
That's called user override.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Keith in Watford gets the yellow Guernsey this week. Nice little first post in there. Good on you, Keithy. Droigan gets in there second, and you're saying hello to Keith. Good on you guys. Probes is in there. Hi, Probes. And James is there as well. Big hello to you guys. Bicky's there. Big hello to you, mate. Who else have we got? Jumping in was Struger. How are you, buddy? And Paul Holmes is there. So good to see you, Paul. Patsy Brady's there, saying hi all to everyone. Lady Aptitude. Hi, Babs. And Sean's there, the breathalyzer. Went through a breathalyzer the other day. And the guy just waved me straight through. I thought it was brilliant. Not that I was worried or anything, but I just love it when I don't get stopped. Matt Brown was there. Hi, Matt. Who else? Scrolling. And what's the bet it scrolls off the screen? Thomas is there. G'day, Thomas. Nice to see you, mate. Everyone's just basically talking to each other, and I think it's going to scroll off the screen. Wags is there, big load of wags. Yeah, there you go, it scrolled. So we got through most of it, but if I did miss anyone, throw your synth at the screen in disgust. There you go. Feel better.
Ouch.
Yeah. Ooh, jeez. What are we going to do now? We're going to do a synth quiz, I think. Let's go. Hopefully, I've got to clear the quiz, don't I? That's what I've got to do. Clear quiz. Yep. Do that first. Clear the quiz. Otherwise, this stuff is incorrect. All right, there we go. Synth quiz clear. It should be cleared in a second. Come on, chatbot. There we go. It's cleared now. And yeah, oh, indeed. Now we're going to start the quiz. Okay, chatbot is fired. Hopefully he replies in a sec. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to wait for him. Right, first clue is bang. Bottom, up, hold is your word for the first clue. There we go. Chuck that one into your brain and see where it flops around. Enjoy. Now, the patch cable bots let you know how to actually play the synth quiz. This is for the newbies who don't know how to play. ! Synth quiz and a space and then your guess, and that registers it with the bot, and that's your guess. And then when we reveal the answer at the end, you can see whether you are the synth quiz master for the week, and you can have bragging rights. There we go. Right, we're going to get some funny stuff, and then we're going to get stuck into the regular segments. Here we go. Roll your sleeves up. Peanuts is happening. Wonder why Lucy doesn't come around anymore.
Good old Lucy. She's got a piano in front of her.
Who read Peanuts when it was probably 70s, wasn't it?
I've got a T-shirt.
Who was the creator of Peanuts? Schultz, wasn't it? Schultz or something?
Schultz. Yeah.
Schultz, yeah.
Yeah, anyway. We shall keep going. That's a good one. Next is an important notice that Behringer Music is not an official Behringer website. Please use Behringer.com only. I just thought the clones have been cloned. Maybe.
Wow.
Sometimes memes write themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
Next is Obi-Wan. Never told you. You are the Behringer version. No. Star Wars movie coming out in about a week or two time, I think. You guys will probably find it's probably going to hit the US first. A little cute little. What do you call it?
Green fella.
What's his name again? Not Yoda's little buddy, the mini Yoda.
What's his name again?
I've forgotten his name now. Anyway, he's in that movie. Mandalorian's the name of the movie,
his
right?
name you have.
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
I
is
have.
it?
Yeah.
I am watching Andor at the moment. Andor's good. I'm not really into Star Wars stuff, but
I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Probably because
I love the originals.
Probably because when I was a kid, my dad used to be a manager of a cinema, and I got to see the first Star Wars movie when it first came out, and it was kind of
nice.
Yeah. Groot. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. The synthesis is what we're talking about right now. This is how you see yourself, and this is how they see you.
That is so true.
Wow. That is not nice. That is really not very nice. Come on.
It's true.
I mean, I actually, by the way, this guy doesn't even know his photo is on a meme. I do apologize, mate.
No.
I don't have anything to do with these memes. They just come across my desk and I show them, and doesn't mean I support them. His name's Barry, I think. Barry, sorry about that. Right, next. His name's not Barry. Vampires don't like sunlight. Superman doesn't like kryptonite. And producers don't like manuals.
Yeah.
All right, there are your memes, people. I'm going to release the meme voting in the chat. You guys can vote for your favorite meme. Starting with ! Vote, space, and a number that corresponds to your favorite meme this week. 0 is Peanuts. 1 is Clone the Clone. 2 is Obi-Wan. 3 is Synthesizers. And 4 is manuals. I know what I'd be voting for, but I can't vote. Well, I can, but I just don't think I should. Look at these votes piling on in. Wow, actually quite random this week. Good stuff. Ian, you typoed it.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Have another crack, buddy. You still get another chance. Oh, it's neck and neck, Chris. Neck and neck. Oh, yep, still neck and neck. Wow. What's going on?
Everyone's very focused tonight. It's very
Wow. Look at this. Oh, one's in front.
Very focused.
One is in front now. Oh, dearie me. That's because Ian voted.
Racism.
Yeah, that's it. It's my fault.
Yeah. Well, the voting's kind of slowed down, so I'm going to go stop. And we'll release the meme of the week. And the meme of the week is manuals with 9 votes. 9 votes. There we go. We've got a wow, that's it's gonna wreck our end of year meme of the year. Don't know if I would have voted for that one, guys, but maybe. Anyway. All right, well done. Fantastic effort that. If you voted for manuals, you probably that's the one, by the way, there. If you voted for that, give yourself a pat in the back because you're popular. You're popular. That's what you are. There we go. News time. Here we are at the news, and the news desk is buzzing right now with a couple of synthesizers that aren't eurorack in, so you're going to like today's show. You've got the Bree 6 keyboard that's come out from GS Music, so this is pretty cool because it's, a synth that I think we probably do like. It's a pure analog spirit, I would call it. It's more than just a desktop with, keys, of course. It actually, it's a fully analog signal path VCO with sub-oscillator per voice. Jeez, I can't talk tonight. GS Music has prioritized a 1 knob per function on this synth, and that's probably the key to this. Why is this synth here? What's really, really important about it? They want to ensure that every parameter is immediately accessible for real-time sound design. That's their kind of mantra here. The architecture is pretty classic though. But it's got a modern interpretation on it. It does have a semi-weighted keyboard with velocity and aftertouch, and it actually is pretty good because it's got support for MPE, and you can pair it with your other controllers as well, like an Osmos or a Linstrument in. So that does give you a little bit of articulation control on this. 6 voice polyphony. The VCOs are saw and pulse. So that leads us, Chris, to what we think might be the oscillator there. The sub-oscillator gives you that sort of, 1 octave and 2 octave options there. Classic 4-pole low-pass filter with 24 dB per octave. Pretty much a Moog filter, isn't it, guys? That one. 37 keys. I know a lot of people don't like short key beds.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that.
But this is kind of tends to be what the market is wanting. They don't want big, massive keyboard synths when it's just a little, 6-voice poly. Anyway, 0 manual diving, as I mentioned. 32-bit 48K stereo ensemble chorus and a delay with the onboard digital effects, I should say, to add to that. So I think that's nice because I think a lot of us would say this synth doesn't sound very good. We're not talking about this particular one, but when you've just got a synth without any effects, they'll say, oh, it doesn't sound very good. I don't really know if I'll buy it. And usually the ones that come with effects tend to get a bit more leverage on the market. Now, you guys, I know you guys have watched this channel. You guys are all the opposite. You guys are like, but I've got thousands of effects. Why do I need an effects in my synth? And I agree. But think about the majority of the end users that would possibly buy this. They may not, and it might be a nice touch to have those effects built in. I think so anyway. It does have an isolated USB, Chris. I actually like this. This is kind of starting to emerge now in product design. The isolated USB is to prevent ground loops. So it has that with, so you can control it via MIDI. It does have 5-pin MIDI DIN in, out, and through, and balanced TRS outputs. Pricing $16.99 US, 14.50 euros, 12.20 British. Asterisk next to the euros and the British because you guys pay tax on top of that, VAT usually. And Australian dollars, you're looking at $25.99. Yeah. Oh, did I mention that it's got an LFO and 2 ADSRs? And 512 presets? Probably should have said that.
Exactly. It's not exactly the same as the desktop version, is it? Because that came out last year.
That's a good question. Is it exactly the same as the desktop? I'm not sure.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like there's a whole extra panel there. So I'm just looking at the pictures now. So
let me dig one up.
The mod wheel and
yeah, the mod. But after, before that, there's a whole other section of switches and knob.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, so the desktop. I mean, it's probably just a rearrangement of knobs.
It looks identical apart from the last third, from if you're going right to left. So after you've got those 3 buttons going down, they're there, but all the other buttons are not there. So it's difficult to know, really.
I can't. I don't know why this thing's not letting me download an image from their website. Every time I download it, it tries to download the rear view image, trying to tell me something. I don't want to look at your rear.
Get behind.
All right. At least this is doing a PNG. I'll just do a screenshot. It's easier. Good old Windows screenshots. All right, here we go. Let's do this instead. This is the desktop. Okay, so we aren't announcing this. This is just for Ian and everyone else who liked Ian's question. So I can tell you by looking at the specs that it's pretty much the same. It's got MIDI, USB, CV. It's got VCO, sub-oscillator, 4-pole filter. I'm trying to find out the number of voices. Yeah, 6 voices. Yeah, chorus and delay, LFO, EGs. Yeah, MPE. I would say it's identical feature-wise. Yeah.
I mean, I would be more inclined to go, if I was going to go for it, I'd go for that because I don't need the keyboard, and I would use it with an instrument. Yeah. So,
you know what? I kind of agree with you, Ian. I kind of agree. That's.
I mean, it's a bit cheaper. It's on the website. It's $1,000, just under $1 under $1,000. So you're looking at £900 UK, probably, aren't you?
$9.99 versus $16.99. There's your difference. So $700 difference.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but look at the beautiful wood ends. Eh?
It looks great. I think it looks fantastic. I would like a longer keyboard, if I'm honest. But if I was going to get a keyboard, but I don't need more keyboards.
Let us know, chatties, if it's a hit or a miss in chat. Shall we do a poll? We can do a poll.
Yeah.
Start a poll.
Yeah.
3.6 keyboard.
What will the options be?
Version, hit,
keyboard, module, not
miss.
at all. Yeah. Pass.
Hit.
Snog, marry, avoid.
Yeah. Snog, marry, kill.
All right, poll started. Hit or miss, guys.
I'd go with the version. I'd go with the desktop rather than the keyboard one. But
yeah.
And then
me too.
probably have it if rack ears if they have them.
Oh, aye.
Rack ears, yeah.
Rack ears,
yeah. I don't mind a little bit of a wing nut. On
I like the
synth.
colour. The colour's good. I like the blue. The blue's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very Waldorf.
Yeah.
Knobs. Good knowledge. Good
Good knowledge.
At the moment, it's 60% in favour of a hit, guys. A few people are scratching their beards.
The people have spoken.
Even the ladies have been scratching their beards right now. Oh my God.
That's going to get you in trouble.
I don't think it's a miss. I just think I'd rather have the non-keyboard version.
Yeah, we would like another option.
Well, it's a look. If this was an election, the keyboard version would be the Prime Minister right now, or the President right now. So if you didn't like the keyboard version, bad luck, because at the moment it's 60%.
Probably do better.
Yeah. How long is this poll going to go for? Let me have a look. I think it's sitting at 65%. I think we'll just end it now. I think there's enough votes in there. 17 votes, that's enough. There you go. 65% say it's a hit. Well done. GS Music, you've done well. I think a lot of people do like that form factor, guys. I think, it's just where you're at personally.
It reminds me of the sub 37, sub 30, all that series is what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it's probably about where it is.
Fantastic.
Argentina. They're in Argentina, aren't they? So, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Better keyboard.
4.5 kilos, though. It's a little on the weighty side. So she's built like a proverbial brick tank.
Yeah.
Tanks were made of brick in the old days. You know that. Yeah. All right. We are going to go to the next product. I think this next product is pretty amazing. So here we go. Programm.
Oh, yeah.
Create audio, make some amazing products. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit of a fan. There's the nifty keys over there, and there's the... what do you call the other one, Daren, that we've
Nifty
got? The
case.
Nifty case.
Nifty case.
There's a lot of eurorack things that they've
got
got.
to be one of them. That's what... Yeah, Ian needs a nifty case. It's just so handy.
Yeah.
So,
Look, this is a
Yeah, and you'll never
12-track
have to-
hybrid sequencer that acts as a bridge between MIDI and modular, and it offers a generative power of high-end boutique sequencers at a mid-tier price point, which is around the $350 mark US. Features a knob per function, and the interface is designed to kill menu diving and spark immediate creativity through algorithmic pattern generation. So that's the spiel, guys, but I can tell you a little bit more. The most powerful sequences fall into two camps, I think, right? I feel like there's either $800 supercomputers that require a PhD to play, or there's budget boxes that feel like toys, okay? I don't think that's quite right, but let's just say there's kind of two camps.
Really fair, but yeah.
There's a big camp and a little camp. The Create Audio is kind of fitting in the middle, is kind of what I'm saying here. They've found this little niche in the middle, and you'll discover why in a sec. I'll slowly emerge what that is. I feel like, in a way, it's the Goldilocks of sequences. The three little bears story. Yeah.
Three Little Bears, yeah, the bell.
Yeah. Because it's a 12-track creative hub, you're getting 8 tracks for your drums, 4 for your melodies, and it's got this bilingual part. It speaks MIDI through your hardware synth, CV gate through your modular, simultaneously, and you can even rip it out of its case and mount it into your eurorack as a 40 HP module. So it's both standalone in, and also it makes the eurorack family happy as well. And when you think about it, a sequencer like that in eurorack is pretty damn good, because you could probably throw away quite a lot of other sequences. This is going to do the job. Okay. The real magic isn't just the sequencing, I think. I think it's probably the chaos. And I love chaos. I actually eat it for breakfast. There's 6 dedicated knobs, the red ones there. You're not menu diving. You're just twisting pitches, ratchets, probabilities in real time. You can see them all labeled there. I kind of feel like we should zoom in on this thing and kind of explore it with our little high resolution jobber here. So let's do that.
Magnifier.
Yeah, let's zoom in. Let's get this positioning and zooming in. Right. So there we go. We've got There's your shift and pitch and length and condition and ratchet, right? So where was I up to? So it's also got 4 built-in generative algorithms as well. It's if you have kind of like a writer's block, that's kind of a cool thing as well. So, you know, you can just literally hit a button and let the machine sketch the first draft for you. So there we go. There's your 4 sequences. There's your 8 drum sequences there. So sequences 1, 2, 3, and 4 are for your melodic stuff, and then your drums below. Let's say percussion, not just drums, right? Percussion.
Yeah, percussion.
Yeah. I like this section here where you've got transpose, hold, song, save. You know, they've got menu functions, but you've also got clock divisions and quantizing and groove and generative patterns, which we talked about briefly before. Pattern lengths and extending and chants and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that sequencers have got these days, but this is sort of hitting that territory where you should be happy. And then you've got your transport controls there. The verdict. Roughly 350. I think it's undercutting the boutique brain sequences by hundreds of dollars. I think it's offering more melodic tracks than the BeatStep Pro and the SQ64. It's tactile. It's orange. It might just be a bit more fun than you think. This baby. Yeah. A little bit more fun than you think.
Fun to me.
Yeah. So, over to you guys. Let's talk about that, and then we can play a little video if you like afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I've hankered after the West Pest, the East Beast, and the West Pest for a long time. So I mean, and I've played them, and I do like Create Audio stuff. Do I need a sequencer at the moment? No, but I think the price is great. I mean, Juno are doing it at 282, and they've got stock. So if I was in the market for one, you know, and I completely agree with you about it. I think it's better than the Korg SQ64. That's much more complex, I think. I could never get my head around that thing properly, if I'm honest. But no, I mean, if I was after one,
yeah,
I think this would be it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I just agree with Ian there. Basically, it's like I say, we don't mind create stuff, and like I say, it's not over expensive. It's not dirt cheap, but it's just in that, like you say, that mid price range where it's you can sort of justify yourself buying it rather than not. So yeah, I quite like it, and it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I'd get this, because I do like sequences, especially ones that if you're having a writer's block type of stuff that give you that sort of just somewhat an idea, even if you never use that idea, it creates other ideas. So yeah, I like things like this.
About you, Chris?
I like it. I like it a lot. It seems like a nice sweet spot for sort of eurorack and MIDI sequencing. I like the way it's integrated both of them. I like the way that the drum outputs have individual LEDs, so you can actually see what's going on. As you well know, that's one of the things that annoyed me about the TR9 or whatever it is. The other thing I like about it is that you can tap in patterns again. That kind of thing sucks a little bit with respect to doing real-time, finger drumming, which is a pity, because it does a lot of other stuff really nicely. This is kind of like solves a lot of those problems. It's 2 HP less than that. You can see where I'm going. And it's got more. It does instruments as well as drums, so it's kind of like, why wouldn't you for that, and for this price? My God, it's impressive. It really is impressive. Pity we have to wait God knows how long before we get to see one. But
I just do what I do.
Matter.
Just buy
we
it
get
from
it
them
when
direct.
we get it. Yeah.
Let's have a look at what they say about it. Here we go.
Powerful step sequencer designed to be the core of your musical flow. Programm is a 12-channel, 64-step sequencing hub with 8 drum channels and 4 pitch sequencer channels. The 6 orange knobs give you instant hands-on control over every parameter. Need to push a beat slightly off the grid? Adjust the shift knob to bump the step ahead or behind the beat. Too repetitive? Hold the Alt button while turning a knob to assign a level of chance to almost every parameter. These knobs make editing sequences tactile and intuitive, whether you're modifying an entire sequence or focusing on a single step. It's easy to program in a quick beat. First, we need a kick drum. Next, let's add the hats. Now the snare drum. Finally, a couple of percussion sounds. We can use the first to accent the snare. The second flip can be sprinkled around for fun. Let's use a pitched sequencer channel to add a bass line. Instead of using step mode, we will switch to live mode and play our bass line in. In live mode, the step grid buttons now function as a keyboard, matching our selected key and scale. Now, let's bump this melody down an octave using the sequence octave offset. Easy. A second pitched sequencer channel can be used for the lead. Let's see what the pattern generator can put together for us. If you don't like what you hear, you can always try again. Great, there we go. Remember, this is a step sequencer, so you only get one note per step. Once recording is armed, any notes played are recorded into the active step. If you play something great before you hit record, don't worry. The recall function lets you instantly recall the last played loop. All of this is just the beginning, and Programm can go much deeper.
There you go. That is Programm. They are talking about doing more firmware updates for this, so it'll be one of those products that will probably get lots of development. Typical with Create Audio, I can tell you that they're really good at their firmware updates, by the way. One thing I mentioned, you watched the video, you saw that a lot of the orange or red sort of squares appear over the buttons when he was pressing them. I think that was just for the video. I don't think that's actually on the device.
Harder to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Some people have said it's a bit hard to see. There's not a great deal of contrast between the white and the grey of the button. That's been one of the things I've heard mentioned.
Yeah.
You know.
I do remember Arturi getting a bit of flack about that on the beat step as well.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I think nearly everything since the Launchpad has had complaints about those lit buttons.
Mm. There are some other videos out there on this already, so do check them out. I think Robin's got one, modular already. So do check those ones out. Yep. Obviously, I don't have permission to show Robin's, but you know. Programm is out. Availability. What did I write on my notes here? Availability. Did I write availability? I don't think I did.
Yeah. How much do you reckon it's going to cost for us, Rants?
Yeah, it might be a while for you as well. It's here in the UK anyway. So
probably about $550, I reckon.
Okay.
$550 ain't too bad.
A bit above their other. It's fine, but
yeah,
it's a bit above some of their other Create Audio items.
The only thing I find that may be a bit quirky with this is the melodic sequences, and how you actually get the note values. Obviously, you can do it standard step. You know, editing a step, changing the pitch. You know, you can do it that way.
Yeah.
Or you could record it through MIDI. Might be another way. So I kind of feel that's probably its weaker point as a sequencer.
Yeah, That's been the only compromise, isn't it? How you enter in the pitch. It's they very much decided to make. No, we're gonna not try and handle everything. We're going to narrow down what we think is the most creative path, and so that's where they've gone. Let's try and be clever about this.
Yeah.
So that includes, such as the pitch input, for example, doesn't have a full range. It's virtually 12, I think 24 minus 12 plus 12 or something, and then you have to shift octaves.
Yep.
So the pot isn't like, it's not like it's not like on the BeatStep Pro where you basically, it's the whole note range on one knob.
Yeah.
Whereas this is sort of like it's a bit more closer, which I think is a good compromise because it stops pitches moving around way too much.
I reckon it'd be nice if it had a little OLED display, and it probably would have put the price up maybe $50, whatever, just to give us a little bit more visual feedback on some of the things that it's doing.
Are you keen on the whole using the grid as a dot matrix display? How do you feel about that? I wasn't sold on it.
I don't mind it. I mean, you can see with this graphic here, they're saying hi. You can do it.
They're saying hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, the circuit uses that, don't they?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
It does, yeah. Circuit works fine. I agree with Babs, Lady Aptitude. I think it is Richard from Pittsburgh Modular. It sounds like him.
Oh no, it is. It's Richard.
Voiceover.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Richard's also done a live video of him playing around with it.
Yep.
To show us, how you can use it, which is with the video. That's what I always go for first because I quite like him. So, just
so you guys know, Pittsburgh Modular and Create Audio are doing a lot of stuff together, and they have been for a couple of years now. So, it's not a surprise that Richard's on there.
Matt Brown's just said that it's designed by Pittsburgh and built by Create. That makes sense then.
Yep. Someone asked about the pads. I think the video kind of showed the answer to that question. I think they're not recessed at all. They're lumped slightly over the base of the chassis faceplate. So you do get that tactile. Proud. Yeah. But they're that standard sort of gel, what would you call it? Rubberized gel,
Silicon,
that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I mean, in a modular, this thing, by the way, that graphic next to us there, it makes this thing look huge. So there are some photos somewhere. I think it's the Molten Modular one. He puts it in a modular system, so you can actually see that it actually isn't that big. My hand between that finger there and the thumb is the height of a module.
It's tiny.
So when you think about it, those buttons are quite small.
Yeah, they're really small.
Yep. Quite a small little button. You saw in the video his fingers, touching those pads, and the tip of his finger covered most of that pad. So yeah. So that's actually a benefit in my mind because that's making this thing very compact.
I just realised it's sloped as well.
It's very appropriate for a eurorack.
I like that.
It's sloped if you get the chassis.
Sloped.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the Juno pictures. And
Does it come with the chassis? That's what I want to know. It probably does.
I assume it does.
Yeah.
That's its full price. You say chassis, but surely it's a plastic case.
See,
Well,
yeah, it must be.
What else do you call it?
Like
I mean, it comes out of it. Yeah, it is. It comes with it.
Yeah.
Yep, it comes with a little. I probably should give you guys another photo of this because that photo there doesn't really give it justice. See if I can do a photo for you. Oh no, it's WebP, isn't it? Of course it is. Of course it is.
And if you're going to buy it from Juno people, it just say call or click for a better price, and they will give you a better price because I've done that quite a few times. If you're in the UK,
cool.
Convert to PNG. Go.
We can't do that.
I am tempted, but I just don't need it.
This is what I'm saying about the price.
things,
It's in that price. It's in that price
It's
range
absolutely
where
in
you
that
don't
price
feel
range,
too
yeah.
guilty to buy something
No.
or save up for it.
No, I don't. Exactly.
It's hard to not make stuff for this price range though, because it becomes anti-competitive if you don't. That's what the chassis looks like from the back. So yes, it is kind of raised.
Quite deep.
Yeah, I'll show you the side view. Sorry, this thing's taking me a lot longer than I would hoped because I've got to convert the WebP to PNG each
It's
time.
not ideal. Yes, they're not.
Oh, I just wish.
friendly.
Actually, VMix were over in the States, like literally yesterday or the day before, because they were doing their I think they were in Vegas doing their video conference, expo thing that they've got there.
Oh yeah, there was big.
ND,
there was a big
whatever it's
expo.
called. Yeah,
Corridor crew were there as well.
I would have loved to have been there and just walked up to them and said, "Guys, all I care about, none of this fancy stuff. Just make WebP compatible in your software." There you go. That shows in. Sorry about the weird lines on that. It's just I did a real quick conversion from WebP to PNG.
You did quick.
It doesn't have these
transparency.
weird. Yeah, it doesn't have weird lines on it. But yeah, that just shows you. I mean, it's tiny. This thing, isn't it? When you think about it, it's actually quite small. I actually like the idea that it's
This
sloped
is like,
in.
That's kind of. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd rather like things sloped these days than
It's
having to
really
look
cute.
over the
Absolutely. Yeah,
top
me
of it.
too.
Really,
Yeah.
really cute.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, this is a
I like it too.
this is a yes from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we do
It's
another
probably
poll in the
yes
chat?
for me.
Do another poll, shall
Yes for me from a poll as well.
Yes.
This is one of those things I can make a little case to just take an all day with this and a few other little bits.
we? Is the program for you?
Yes,
Is that a good
pros.
question?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Do a little poll. Let's see what the chatties say. Let them answer that. And yeah, let's have a quick scan of what they have been saying about it. Yeah, Keith was kind of saying along the lines of me with the OLED. I think OLED would be good. He said that it would give you BPM for a start. And I think that's kind
That's a
of...
good point.
I mean, what Chris said, though, you could display the BPM on those silicon pads if you wanted to, I guess.
I think it does, doesn't it? Like a bit like the circuit does.
Yeah, it depends on when. Obviously, one of those buttons you press it in will probably flash up.
Yeah, it must be.
However you set the tempo. I didn't actually see how you set the tempo. Value slider.
Well, 300 quid a Gear for Music, that's pretty good. In stock.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so you press I think you press the live button and the value button. Turn the value button, it'll probably start changing tempo and show you on the dot matrix.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's your OLED display, is your dot matrix display. So what have we got? 4 by 8? Yeah, 4 by 8 dot matrix.
4 by 8.
Pretty decent result with the chatties on the poll. Pretty decent result. How many people have voted? 18 votes, 67% on that. So we'll end that poll. There we go.
If I ordered it, it would be here on Tuesday.
Oh,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Oh,
not
Ian,
doing
go
it.
on, Ian. You can
No, no,
I just
no,
think
no,
that
no,
the
I'm not,
closest
I'm not,
thing
I'm
to
not.
taking to a
You guys-
modular
I'm not.
because you can flip
I'm
it
not.
out.
I am not.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
he's
I'm not.
Look at
no,
these
he
people,
actually,
Rant.
Ian, you actually do have a Behringer thing, don't you? That you can actually put in your rack. Don't you have a Model D?
I've got what? Sorry,
A Model D
I've
from
got
Behringer.
one. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So he has
I
got
have, yeah.
Eurorack if you want to get technical.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Mm.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. Not yet.
All right, let's move on to the next, boys and girls. Here we go. Nobular had been busy.
Ooh.
This is the drum farm. This is eurorack. Yeah. So if you wanted to
I'll
get
switch
the
off,
program, if you wanted to get the program, you could buy this as well. And there's your drums sorted. Seriously, there's your drums
I
sorted.
don't want to get
In a
divorced.
nifty case.
Nice combination.
Stop it. Just stop it, you.
Yes, and create nifty casing.
Look, if you're tired,
All at the same time, man.
if you're tired of your modular drums sounding like a static loop, and you're looking for that all-in-one brain for your eurorack, then the drum farm is for you. Think of this as a Swiss Army knife of percussion. It's packing 16 different drum modules, everything from dirty analog kicks to physical modeling, plus an onboard sampler and 16 internal effects. But the real secret sauce is the resampling workflow, Daren. Resampling is your friend. You can sculpt a sound, you can smear it in FX, you can sample it and lay it without ever hitting stop on your sequencer. It's a 12 HP of pure rhythmic chaos that actually stays organized. Let's talk about the drum farm, guys. What do you like to know about it? Anything more? Or would you like to watch a video?
Let's watch a video.
I'd like
Let's
to
watch a
when they
video,
got out
okay.
When they...
No, that's not the right video. Why are you playing the same video again for? You silly Adamson person, you. Are you going to do it again? No, there we go. We've got the right one now. Okay. We've got nice cows in a field, and we've got the right video. There we go. Here we go.
All right.
Hello, Jason from Nobula here. I'm very...
No thanks, Jason. But we've got it from here, mate. We'll have it from here.
Nice cows, Jason.
Jason with the cow mic. There we go, guys.
Yeah.
The knob farm. Drum farm, I'm just kidding. Right, 16 different drum modules, integrated sampler, 16 slot sample buffer if you want for capturing, layering and resampling your sounds, and the 16 internal effects. All about the number 16 if you're wondering. That kind of helps you wondering what this does. It does have a micro SD storage on this, which you can see the little card slot on the left-hand side. Or you can store up to 32 banks for each session, including all the samples and the settings, ensuring all your kits are ready for the use on stage, Daren. So, prices, £350, 399 euros, 399 US, 415 euros, and 640 Aussie, Chris. 12 HP.
Yeah, 640.
There you go. Thoughts?
Completely digital?
Dig, yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah,
Completely
dig.
digital?
Completely
Yes,
dig.
I thought. Yeah, this is... It's funny, actually, because this is kind of what I was trying to build with the daisy seed thing I was working on that I never kind of got past the SDK, having troubles with it, and got distracted with other things and doing more important things. But yeah, it was the idea was this workflow of resampling was what I was gonna play with. Just for me personally, it wasn't gonna be a product. So this is very much in that alley. So I can totally see where they're coming from, because had been thinking the same thing. The idea of, you've got a few, not many drum modules at once, but you basically you set up how you want it to sound, and then you sample that, and then you go into the next sound and you sample that, and so on and so forth, and you build up a bespoke beat every time you start a new beat. So I like the idea. It's the only question is, so I guess what you're getting here is a digital module with your digital sampler. So you don't have to use the synthesis at all. You can use some genuine analog eurorack that you already have in your rack, and you put it into this and do exactly the same thing. It's just handy that it also has the digital synthesis as well. And I'm not poo-pooing digital drum synthesis, because I've got one that does exactly that. It's just I want a bit of variety. I want some analog and some digital. So, one of these probably wouldn't cut the mustard for me, but this plus what I've already got would probably be quite nice. But I kind of wish maybe they had a version that was sort of cut in half, so you just had the sampler component, so you didn't have to have the other half of the modules all there kind of sounds. Bit of choice would have been nice. So maybe they will do a half one day.
Maybe.
Sorry. Okay.
That's all right. You don't have to be sorry.
I mean,
I'm just trying to find out what the bit rate is.
Modules because of the way I work, but this is quite, quite like the idea of the resampling, like you were saying, Chris.
Yeah.
So it's
it's
really
a cool concept.
do good some modules, yeah.
And that's the thing. Their effects are wonderful, so I can imagine the effects would be great. So it's kind of like I can, the drum synth side of it is not quite as valuable to me, but it's still no slouch and it's still an asset. So just wish they had a version which was slightly shorter. And
well, they might bring out the sample farm, which will be a sort of take on that as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
$375 UK plus VAT from the website.
Yeah.
So it's not cheap, is it?
Oh, it might be a sample petting zoo, maybe.
There's a stack.
How about a drum llama?
If you go on their website and have a look at their docs, there's a stack in this thing, mate. It's packed. It's packed. But
I know.
The one thing that I can't find, and this is just like me reading it while I'm trying to run a show, so it's probably in there, I just can't find it. Someone might have a bit more luck. I want to find out what the sample rate on this thing is. What is the sample rate? So what does the sampler run at? I can tell what the Bit Crusher sample rate is. That's an effects. Tells you that. But what is the actual sample rate of the sampler and the resampler? That would be nice to know. Generally speaking, most Eurorack things usually only run at 44K because you got a massive processor requiring big CPU power, and power consumption from your power rail and Eurorack is hard to do that bigger sort of heavy lifting stuff. Does anyone know? I'll leave that question out for anyone who may be in the know. But I feel like that's important because CD quality versus a little bit more would be nice. 48K minimum, I feel.
Yeah, today. What I said about sampling analog stuff, that's why I chose a Daisy suit, because it's 48 kilohertz 24-bit. So I thought that would probably do a nicer job of capturing some fizz from an analog circuit. So.
Agreed.
So I don't know what this is, but it might be.
All right. Well, that's the drum farm. The thing is, with this, you could use the previous product with this. So you could use the Create Audio program with this, and then you've got yourself a pretty nice little setup with drums and sequencer just from today's products. So it's a bit more of a future where we're going to go down the, what was this thing? 12 HP, whatever it was. I wrote it somewhere. 12 HP. What? Geez, what a guess. It looks a bit wider than 12 HP on this. But it is. It's 12 HP. There you go. All right. I don't think that's right.
Square.
That does not look like 12 HP to
I
me.
don't think it's right either. 128.5 is the height.
Where's the specs on this thing? Come on. Give us some specs.
5.2. Yeah, okay.
Website slow. Drum farm. Come on.
Standard.
That's got to be more than 12 HP.
128.5.
No, it's not telling me.
Doesn't,
All right.
does not-
Modular
I can't-
grid.
I can't see any specs.
I reckon it's about 24.
It's about
I reckon it's 24 HP. Rants.
Yeah, I reckon you're probably close to
24.
it. Is it on modular grid? Yep, it is 24 HP.
Probably.
It's 24 HP.
I'm just doing it by eye.
12 HP my bumhole. Let me correct that.
I can't HB to go to sleep at night. So. Some people can't.
All right, let's go to the next. This next product I feel is very intriguing indeed. The Plinky 12. Plinky 12 is building on the success of the original Plinky, the 8-voice Plinky. There's 3 different Plinky 12s here. There's the blocks, the chords, and the toad step. The chords obviously is a chord machine in harmonics. The toad step is a sequencer, and the grid controller synth is the blocks. And it's kind of like a, I don't know if I'd say like almost like a game creating music type thing with that blocks thing. It's kind of interesting.
Sort of generative.
These are RP2350 microprocessors, if you're wondering, when you're looking at what this thing does. But the actually some pretty clever industrial design and pretty clever programming in, together to make these 3 products, I should say. So the chords, but by the way, the 3 products here are actually all influenced by 3 separate developers. So this is where I like this project. This is kind of making this very interesting. The chords is actually influenced by making sound machines. It's a harmonic powerhouse designed for immediate musicality. It features a rainbow chord palette and allows users to explore complex progressions and melodies with a touch-sensitive pressure and position. You'll see all this in the video in a sec, don't worry. Toad Step is by Toadstool Tech. That's the 4-track step sequencer. It's a generative type sequencer with acid style bass lines and polyrhythmic riffs, per step probability and ratcheting. Then you've got the blocks, which is by Alex, and it's probably the more flexible out of the 3 panel, offering a clean layout with the Monome grid standard, and it offers a browser-based coding environment where you can actually invite users to build their own adventure. This is what I was saying. This is kind of like almost like a game thing on here. There's a next-gen synth engine in these Plinkies, and that's the whole thing about it. So when you buy one of these, you could possibly develop it into something better. 16 by 16 grid touch capacitive sensors, swappable panels. So if you did buy the blocks and you got sick of it, you could swap the panel, go to chords, go to toad step, whatever. And it does have robust I/O with MIDI in through out, CV and gate, stereo outputs and inputs, and a USB-C for power and data. And as I said before, it runs on the RP2350 CPU. It has 8 megabytes of PS RAM and an integrated SD card slot for samples and storage of firmware and other backup device items. They are going to be on display at Super Booth in a couple of weeks' time. Retail pricing is still being finalized, but these are the estimates. It could be somewhere around the 700 to 750 US dollars is kind of these are estimates that I have to admit AI has generated these estimates, so who knows how accurate these estimates are. 650 euros, 700, 550 pounds to 600, and 1,000 Aussie to 1,150 Aussie. There is DIY kits are expected to be available at an accessible lower price, about 40% less is what they're saying. So 12 by 12 inch is the size of these things. So they're quite a big, when you think about it, 12 by 12 inches, it's quite big.
Size of a 12-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
size
if
of a 12-inch.
a ruler,
record.
if you've got a kid's, school ruler, that's about 12 inches.
I
foot.
think you're right about the
foot
price
squared.
range, because the Plinky Plus retails at $5.19 constructed.
Yeah.
So this will be a bit more.
So
maybe
be around
600.
that, yeah. Summer
Yeah.
2026 is when it's due. Anyway, let's watch this and see what we can
thin,
see.
that's so cool.
Let's leave it on that. That's quite weird looking. Right, there are the 3 different Plinkies available soon, summertime. What do you guys think of this? I got some thoughts, but I'll let you guys go first.
I want to play with it. I want to play all 3 of them and see it, because I couldn't make a decision on seeing the video. Really, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I nearly bought a Plinky, the original Plinky, till I saw it and it was too small. Last year I saw the Plinky Plus, which again I almost bought because it's so much bigger, and this is bigger still. These are 12 inches, aren't they? So I think I need to play with these.
Yeah, we showed all the iterations of the Plinky over the years on the show. Ian, I think you even said those similar things back in the day. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I want to have a play with them. So if they're at Synth Fest, will be the first one this year if they're there, but they might not be. Because they're not UK, are they? They're Elevator Sound is where you can get them in the UK. But no, I certainly want to have a go with it. It does push my buttons. I'll give you that. I like the fact they're interchangeable, so you don't need to buy all 3. You can just buy the plate.
Yeah. I quite like its touch technology, so I don't have any MPE gear, so this would be an MPE entry into MPE. Then I could potentially be interested. I've always been sort of vaguely interested in because the Plinkies have been floating around in the DIY space as well for me, because they've always had that space. But it was before I got on the show that you guys covered that, because they were sort of reissued just in the last 2 or 3 years. So
I mean, for a long time they were completely out of stock, the original Plinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. It was sort of out of stock for 5 years, and then it came back.
It was,
and that's
it was,
when I
yeah.
saw it for the first time, and like everyone knew about it, but I had no idea what I was looking at. So it was kind of new to me. But I hadn't really been that interested in it because of its. Yeah, it didn't seem quite. Yeah, but this is a lot more interesting to me.
I mean, I think it was originally one guy on his own. That's why I think he was having distribution problems. But Alex, and now obviously he's expanded his business a bit, and good on him. And I'm glad he's there. I'm glad he's I'm glad he's making a success of the products that he's made.
Yep.
I certainly want the Plinky Plus at some point, and I would definitely be interested in looking at this.
Yep. Well, the thing that interests me, I guess, is where this is heading, and I feel like the Ableton Push 3 is kind of the next step after this, if you kind of get my drift. Because with these things, they're a capacitive touch type device, okay? And when you're starting to see some of the things that they're wanting to do with this, especially on that on the chords one, where you saw them in the video, they were doing things like filter sweeps and moving the finger across a certain row, and that was obviously the filter row for one of the voices. This is starting to become sort of like an Ableton Push device, because Ableton Push basically is a grid device as well, using the pads, right? What I'm interested in, I guess, your thoughts and the chatties' thoughts is, where would this go? And then when would you sort of go, hang on a minute, I can already do this on other stuff. So do I want this, but why do I want this? So that was my first thought bubble. The second thought bubble I had would be, how cool would this be integrated into a coffee table in your living room, and you got people coming over and they're just jamming on this stuff? How cool would it be?
Spilling coffee on it, yeah.
Oh, spill anything on it. Who cares? Just wipe it with a cloth.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah, I like the black one because it's kind of glossy. I kind of and so flat. It's very cool. Yeah.
And of course, you can make your own version, your own top of it, can't you? I saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep, you can. You can 3D,
which is quite a 3D really design. Nice idea. Yeah.
I think that's coming. It's not available. You said it's going to be coming, year or something, where they can actually manufacture it for you.
Yeah, code editor. Yeah.
I think a lot of us are critical, and we say we want to be more expressive with our music. We want to be able to have a tool that can let us perform. And people are designing them. Like, here we are. We're looking at literally something that's been designed to be creative, and it's a performance tool for sure. And it's also something that if you had this on stage, people, the general population would look at this and go, what the hell is he using? This is very kind of unique, or she. Yeah. So this is what people ask for, and this guy Alex and the 3 other developers have brought these to your table. Is this what you want? That'd be my question.
It's well, I think I'd have to play around with it for a bit. It looks cool.
Yeah.
You see, I'd automatically be comparing it to the instrument, wouldn't I, for the MPE thing? So it has to be, and I've done that. Sadly, I know it's quite difficult, but I've done that with every MPE product I've ever tried, and most of them fall short to some extent. For me personally, I know other people, so I would be trying to compare it to that. But that's just a personal opinion,
Yeah. 12-inch in your rack, Wigoo, I don't know. It's going to take up a lot of rack space. And 2 of them next to each other is a bit more than 19
Don't
inches.
You said you could make...
and then you've got to, how the heck you get rack ears on them.
Tile your bathroom. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
can you
you're
imagine
talking.
them? Could you imagine that? It's
Yeah,
like, this sleek.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be awesome. The black ones, all making a sort of feature stripe.
There we go. All right, one more thing to show you before we finish with the news, and that is actually there's one more thing that Ian wants to say about this. Not about this, but say about something afterwards. But that's the Analog FX have released this thing called the Larynx. It's a synth. This is actually just hot off the press, so we don't really have a lot that we can tell you, other than I guess hopefully we've got some information correct. If you don't know who Analog FX are, they released the SER 2020 desktop unit. They're Dutch developers, and they're going to show this at this particular thing, the Larynx, at Superbooth. So it's the next iteration of the SER 2020 desktop, but it isn't just a keyboard version of that. So it's a monophonic semi-modular synthesizer, and it's inspired by the Synton Syrinx. Did I say that correctly? Syrinx. The Synton Syrinx.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and its focus is on formant synthesis. That's its focus. Yeah. There's a 37 keyboard with aftertouch, as you can see.
Filter bank, yeah.
It does have a touch and bend pressure controller on it as well. And it has
That orange thing.
yeah, it's like a tactile pad that allows you to
Force
pinch
gauge or something.
and squeeze your sounds.
Force gauge.
Yeah.
That's
The-
interesting.
Yeah, cool.
The vocal character is a triple filter using the CM 3350 chips.
Yeah.
You got the 24 dB low pass and 2 independent resonant peak filters that are a band pass that can be swept to get you those vowel sort of sounds, the human-like talking sort of sounds, right? Two Curtis oscillators that you can find in an SH101, which are famous in the Prophet 5 as well, with PWM, sync, and FM. It's got 16 pre-programmed formant settings, semi-modular patch bay, as you can see. That's pretty decent on the semi-modular stuff. Built-in effects include stereo delay, and there's also a dedicated CV control for that as well. And there's a few other performance tools in here, like arpeggiator and a sequencer. You've got your standard modern connectivity with MIDI, DIN, and USB, and MPE compatibility. Pricing is actual accurate pricing, pre-order, and retail. So let's do the pre-order pricing because it's an early adopter discount with Analog FX. If you get it in early, I think you have to, I can't remember when you have to get it. First 50, there you go. So first 50 orders will get the 10% discount of 1,124 euros, 1,215 US, 965 British, and 1,865 Aussie. And the price then goes up 10% after that. These are estimated on exchange rates, of course. There we go. 7 kilos, pretty heavy thing. 65 centimeters wide. Yeah. There's a few other bits and pieces in there, like 2 LFOs, 2 ADSRs, sample and hold. That's about it. But if you do like that sort of Prophet Curtis SH101 type sound with the Curtis filter and the formant, yeah, interesting sounding synth. I guess it will be nice to have some audio demos of this thing. Obviously, we have to watch it at Super Booth in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, they've announced it now, so we know it's coming. We can keep an eye out, an ear out, both out.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the SER 2020? Do you want me to remind you?
No.
All right, I'll see if I can dig up a photo of it.
Yeah. That's lovely.
I can't remember if we showed that even, actually. I think it was a Super Booth thing from back in the day. Let me see. Internet playing up. don't think we did. I could have sworn we showed this thing. By the way, you can pick up the SER 2020 for €739 right now. It's a JPEG.
You're a second.
Man after my heart.
Made your day. Made your day.
All right. This, another blue thing.
He's easily pleased, this one.
Shall I do it bigger for you? Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's the SR. That's the SER 2020.
See.
There's a bit of resemblance, isn't there?
Pretty similar. Yeah,
Pretty similar.
Very.
Aphex Twin
Okay.
and D.T.H Mode own this. If you're wondering who owns it, according to them anyway. Naming names, eh? Let's name names. Geez, we're like that was the blue thing that we showed before.
Yeah.
Do you remember that blue thing we showed before?
Yay.
It's all blue. It's a blue day in Synthland.
Hang on.
So that's the new one.
Powder coated blue or something.
Yeah, look, they sold a lot of paint. I don't remember talking about the SER 2020. Maybe we never showed it. Or maybe it was a bit early on in the days for us, Daren. Not sure.
Yeah.
I think we did, because weren't we asking? I'm sure we did.
If we did, I haven't kept a good. Maybe I haven't done an article on my website about it. Maybe we did. Anyway, any other thoughts about this? What are they saying in the chats? Ooh,
Droxygon says he has one. The 2020.
Droigan. Yep.
Droigan, sorry.
Oh, he's already got the. Okay, cool. Let us know, Droigan, what you think of the SER 2020 and what's kind of a cool thing about it. Yeah, Wags is saying we did show it. I do have a sneaky feeling we did. I don't know. It was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a fair bit ago.
Right. Well, Ian, over to you, mate. You can tell us a little bit about. Actually, what I'll do.
Update.
Yeah, what I'll do is let me get the graphic up first, fella. So,
Okay.
I don't know how to spell this thing.
Organelle. Organ with double L-E at the end. So the Organelle, this little thing, has had an update. Came out this week. This is version 5. Now, I've had mine about 3 years, never updated it. So I had version 4 software. And when I came to look at it, about updating it, it would have meant that I would have had to completely wipe the little micro SD cards inside and then reflash it with a third-party program. I thought, actually, I don't want to do that. Because I've got things on there and I've modified some patches and stuff. So I bought another micro SD card and flashed it with. You flash it with a program called Etcher. It's very straightforward to do, really. But actually, the new firmware is really good. I mean, it doesn't work with the original Organelle. It only works with the S model, which is the latest one. The M model, which is this, is the same thing, but with the speaker. And what you get is, apart from bug fixes and all sorts of little niceties that they've done to the actual firmware, there's a whole patch of 8 different synthesizers that they've added to it as well. And I haven't done very much with them because I did it on Wednesday. That's why I didn't say, because I knew we were going to talk about it. I didn't say about it this week. But one thing I did learn as well, because something I'd never done before, I've always put patches in via Wi-Fi, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. But it's got a Wi-Fi dongle, so we can see that, and it's also got another USB. So what I did was I downloaded a load of the sort of regular patches, wondering if they would work with new firmware 5, and all with the exception of two patches. Everything that I plugged in on a USB stick worked fine. And actually, that's now how I'm going to start putting stuff onto the Organelle. Stick it on a USB stick, the firmware's in there. Put the USD stick in there, and it works really, really well. In fact, one of the guys running the EMOM last night said, "Oh, how are you getting on with the organelle?" I said, "I've just updated the firmware." He says, "I've just bought one." He'd seen that the firmware had come out, and he'd bitten the bullet and bought the S, the one without the speaker. I've fallen in love with it again. I never fell out of love with it. I've used it quite a lot over the last couple of years, but the nice thing about these 8 programs is they're all fun. They've all got sort of slightly different operations depending on which one you pick. There's like an organ, there's a piano, there's all sorts of, there's a lead synth. But the way that they are structured is exactly the same. They've just got different things going on at the same time. So you do the same thing with everything, but you might be tweaking a different parameter. The downside of the organelle generally is that if it's a patch that's been written by not Critty and Guitari, you have to learn the patch properly to actually make it work, really. But I've done gigs with this and just this and the patch for the Lyra 8 before I owned the Lyra 8 and stuff like that. My favourite piano is something called Cinematic Piano Sampler that somebody had made, and I've used that way too much. It's all over my stuff. But definitely, if you've got an organelle, do it. Get yourself another SD card. So you've got 2 SD. I can always go back to use my old SD card if I need to. It's just in there, But yeah, really, really good free update for the organelle.
Very good. Fantastic. All right. That's it for the news, guys. Well done. Why don't we do clue number 2 for the Synth Quiz? We'll head over to Synth Quiz Central. Where's my little button for that? Let's see if there's any guesses that have been popping through. And we'll chuck up the second clue while we're at it. No guesses yet. Okay, we're waiting. They're smart. There is your second clue. Dist / filter EQ.
Can I just answer 70-second human's question about the organelle? Because he said, has anybody loaded ORAC on the organelle? Yes, I have. And I couldn't get ORAC to work. But that was on the previous firmware. I haven't installed it yet on here. ORAC is a program that will, rather than just using one patch at a time, say a synth patch or a sampler patch or an effects patch, what ORAC will do is it will basically turn it into like a mini modular thing where you can load several things at once. In theory, I tried it and couldn't get it to work properly. So, but I will try it again at some point in the next few weeks and let you know.
Fantastic. Okay, Ian, crack your fingers.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
We are starting in 1874. There's a lot of birthdays today, so we've got a lot of people's birthdays to get through. But this is the first birthday. This is I'm going to mispronounce this, I know, because I'm rubbish. Guglielmo Marconi, a physicist who invented a successful system of radio telephone. Radio, anyway. He invented it in 1896, and he did receive a Nobel Prize for Physics in 1901. He was born in Bologna in Italy, and as an entrepreneur and businessman, Marconi founded the wireless telegraph and signal company, later to be known as the Marconi Company, here in the grand old United Kingdom in 1897. And we thank him very much for the invention of radio, fundamentally. Then we jump to 1886, sidebar this really, it's not about music or anything like that. Sigmund Freud worked his first day as a neurologist in private practice, and he put out a lot of adverts, basically telling everybody when his hours of business were in his new Vienna office, but nobody on his first day as a private practice showed up. So poor old Sigmund Freud had nobody to fix. You've already covered this right at the beginning, Rant, but I did have in 1915 the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps and the Anzacs landed in Gallipoli. and Western Turkey during World War One, and the losses of troops suffered in that campaign were enormous. And from 1920, this day, obviously, is a holiday called Anzac Day. To one of them, we do genuinely salute you. Not that I'm in military service, but genuinely salute you. And it's obviously involved in to honor all soldiers from New Zealand and Australia, and obviously, the help that the soldiers gave to wars that the British have been involved in, really. So, yeah, brilliant for the Anzac Day.
Nicely said.
Jumping swiftly on, 1917, another birthday. Probably, in my opinion, the best female vocalist of all time. Ella Jane Fitzgerald was born today. She died in June 1996. American singer, songwriter, composer, sometimes known as the First Lady of Queen of Jazz, Lady Ella. I mean, actually, interestingly, I've left it in the house, but I literally last week bought another Ella Fitzgerald CD, some of the Verve recordings that she did of Rodgers and Hart songs. Absolutely brilliant. What a great voice. She was particularly noted for her purity of tone, impeccable diction and phrasing, timing and intonation, and a horn-like improvisation ability, particularly of her scat singing. Now, actually, I would say, and I've said it before on here, that I never really liked her scat singing, but I just think everything... She could sing a telephone book for me, but the doo-wop scat singing thing that she did never really worked for me. But happy birthday, Ella. Brilliant. So jumping to 1943, another birthday, Tony Christie, also Fitzgerald, surprise, surprise, or the Tony Christie, a British singer who sang classics such as Is This the Way to Amarillo? I Did What I Did for Maria, and the absolutely wonderful Avenues and Alleyways, which was the theme song to the television series, if anybody remembers it, The Protectors. He didn't actually write those songs, but happy birthday, Tony. So, also another birthday, 1945, Bjorn from ABBA. Okay, we know that he's co-composer of the ABBA hits, but also things like Chess and Mamma Mia. I have to say, I never liked Mamma Mia, and I certainly didn't like the movies, but we'll forgive him that. But happy birthday, Bjorn. And another birthday, 1950 we know. So a guy called Steve Ferron, he's 76 today. He's an English drummer and was part of the classic lineup of the Average White Band. He was also a member of, I don't remember him being in Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, but apparently from 94 to 2017, he replaced original drummer Stan Lynch in Tom Petty's Heartbreakers. I loved the early versions, the first three albums of the Heartbreakers. I thought were absolutely brilliant. Now we jump into 1954. Johnny Ray was number one in the UK singles charts with Such a Night. I don't remember the song. The singer's first of three UK number ones. He became deaf at the age of 13 after an accident, which would later perform wearing a hearing aid. The idea was later stolen by that Manchester dickhead, Morrissey. That's my words, not anybody else's, as a fashion accessory. And I think we'll leave that one there, really. While we're talking about dick or dickheads, another birthday, 1958 today. Derek William Dick was born today, better known on stage as Fish. He is now a retired Scottish singer, was a lead singer and lyricist for, prog band. I'm going to say they are a prog band, Marillion, aren't they? From 81 to 88. I was never a Marillion fan, although I did buy Misplaced Childhoods, and I still have it. Kaylee and Lavender, great songs, really. The rest of the album was a bit too proggy for me. But happy birthday, Derek. Another birthday, 1964. Andrew Ivan Bell, otherwise known as Andy Bell, lead vocalist from synth pop duo Erasure, was born today. Happy birthday, Andy. And obviously we know that the band achieved mainstream success, and he is an icon for the LGBTQ community. And actually, I didn't realise until I started researching this, but in 2017, he announced that he was HIV positive since 1998. And in a 2007 interview, he remarked that there's a complacency amongst gay men about HIV. He's had both hips replaced as well, which apparently has kept him pogging around in more recent performances. Bless him. So jumping to 1967, a couple of days after the completion of the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album, I do have an original mono copy, which was my father's, never to be sold and to be handed down to my children. The Beatles embarked on their next project, which was to start the Magical Mystery Tour at Abbey Road Studios in London. I did buy the album Magical Mystery Tour, and I quite liked it. I bought it on cassette, first of all, which I eventually wore out. And I don't own it now, but it's definitely a good album. 1977, Elvis Presley made his last recordings of his life during a concert in Michigan Civic Center. The songs from the show appeared posthumously on the Presley album Moody Blues. Moody Blues, sorry, not Moody Blues. And then we jump to 1979. The Police made their debut on BBC TV's Top of the Pops, performing Roxanne, a single which was taken from their album Outlandish Demo, which I did buy at the time in blue vinyl, and then sold in much later on for about 50 quid, I think. And it was written from the point of view of a man who fell in love with a prostitute. I think we all sort of knew that. I also bought their first single, which was had Stuart Copeland with a noose around his neck and a fire stood on a block of ice, which was a really good cover for an album, for a single. Jumping to 1980, Strangler singer guitarist Hugh Cornwall was released from London after serving 6 weeks for possessing drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. And jumping to 1982, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder were at number 1 in the UK singles charts with the hideous song Ebony and Ivory. I said it was hideous. This was McCartney's 24th number 1 hit as a single. The title was inspired by McCartney hearing Spike Milligan, comedian, if you don't know who Spike Milligan is, say black notes and white notes, they're all you need to play to make harmony, folks. Yeah. And it was later named, this just reinforces the fact I said it was hideous. It was later named the 10th worst song of all time by Blender magazine. And in 2007 was named the worst duet in history by the BBC Six Music listeners. Rock on, people. So what else have we got? So yeah, jumping to 1988, Don McGee, never heard of him, but apparently he's Bon Jovi's manager. He was convicted of drug offences arising from a 1982 seizure of £40,000 of marijuana smuggled into North Carolina. That's not just for band use, is it? That amount from Colombia. He was sentenced to 5. He was sentenced to a 5 years suspended sentence.
Wow.
And a £15,000 fine. Well, that would have touched the sides, would it? You see, if he's only 20% off everything that Bon Jovi did. Also on this day, the 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope was named after the foremost American astronaut of the 20th century, was put into operation by a crew of the Space Shuttle Discovery. Another birthday today, 1994. Sam Fender, him who was at number 1 last week with Olivia Dean, a good lad from up north from North Shields. His stuff's really good, actually. I mean, you should have a listen to him if you don't know his stuff. It's a bit Bruce Springsteen-y, but he's a good songwriter and he's doing well. He's had five Brit Awards, if that counts for anything, really. Jumping to 1995, died on this day was American dancer and actress Ginger Rogers, who starred obviously with Fred Astaire in numerous popular Hollywood movies. She died at the age of 83. The backwards and in heels argument was a famous quote that apparently Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in high heels. And if you see her dancing to Cheek in Top Hat, she is exactly doing that. It is absolutely phenomenal what she did. She was certainly his equal, if not, some might say, is better, really. 1990, the Fender Stratocaster of Jimi Hendrix that Jimi Hendrix played in the Woodstock Festival was auctioned off for just under $300,000. And his 2-hour set at that 69 festival was the longest of his career. And I think it's the one that he set fire to. So maybe I wouldn't have paid $295,000 for a guitar that's been on fire, but hey ho. So yes, also 2008, another death. Humphrey Lyttelton, aged at the age of 86. His cause of death was he passed away in a London hospital following surgery. If you don't know who Humphrey Lyttelton is, he is a renowned British jazz musician, trumpeter, band leader, and then he almost had a second career as a long-running host on a BBC Radio 4 comedy panel game called I'm Sorry, But I Haven't a Clue. Anybody outside of the UK probably won't know that.
Haven't got a clue.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's a very UK-centric thing, is that really? So 2015, Heart's lead singer Ann Wilson got married today. She married, this, I don't even know what one of these is. She married a multi-generalist community developer, a guy called Dean Wetter, in her manager's Californian backyard. The pair had dated briefly in the 1980s, but on the morning of August the 27th, 2016, Wetter was arrested for assaulting his nephews, Nancy Wilson's 16-year-old twin sons, after the boys left the door open to his RV. The incident took place at a Heart performance in Auburn, Washington, and the previous night, Wetter had pleaded guilty to the charges. The sisters' relationship was strained by the incident. Following the end of the Heart's 2016 tour, the sisters opted for the tour to tour with their own side projects, so it really did split them up for a while.
Do you want to know what a multi-generalist is?
Go on then, tell me.
It's a skill stacker, and we used to call that a jack of all trades in the old day.
All right. Oh, that's quite a posh name for us, for a jack of all trades, isn't it, really? So they did put Heart on a hiatus from 2017 until they've finally sorted it all out in 2019. Getting to there now, so where are we? 2022. Royalties from live performances of music in the UK fell, this is obviously after the pandemic, fell by almost 30% in 2001, despite concerts resuming in that summer. Concert revenue was just 8 million, this is obviously all in the UK, and down from 11.3 million in 2020 and 54 million in 2019 before the pandemic, said the not-for-fit purpose PRS for music. I can say that I am a member of PRS and they are not doing me any favours. This is the body that collects royalties for songwriters, and there was only apparently 19,000 set list reported in 2021. Made it a huge decline from the 124,000 song set list that were reported pre-pandemic. And now this is the organisation that literally collected over $1 billion in revenue in 2023 and decided to charge artists and venues for streaming concerts from home during the pandemic. Shame on you, PRS. Anyway, that's another rant over. Last but not least, Harry Belafonte died on this day in 2023. American singer, actor, and civil rights activist. He died of congestive heart failure in his home in Manhattan, New York, at the age of 96. He had he was a really big civil rights activist. He was a close confidant of Martin Luther King Jr. during the civil rights movement in the 50s and the 60s. And tomorrow, 26th of April, is the anniversary of the devastating environmental catastrophe that occurred on the morning in 1986, when the explosion and fire at Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine released large amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. But don't worry, the Russians are looking after it now. Today's charts, slight change. We've got a UK single. We've got "Drop Dead" by Olivia Dean. Ho hum. It's all right actually, but we've got a brand new album in the UK. We've got Skindred, who were a sort of reggae metal band. I had listened to this morning with an album called You've Got This. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. Top film everywhere is the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which we're not interested in. USA's album and single are both by Ella Langtry. We've got Choosing Texas still there, and her album Dandelion. And in Australia, you're still in love with Olivia Dean, but it's not with Sam Fender. It's the Drop Dead single, which is not actually out yet. And her album's gone back up, The Art of Loving. That was today.
Good job.
Thank you.
Would you guys like a Premier League score update?
Well, I don't do football, but please do.
Other
people do.
We're at halftime with 3 games right now. We've also just had a game just finished. So the game just finished full time is Fulham versus Villa, and Fulham got the win at 1-0 on that. So well done to the Fulham fans. West Ham versus Everton. Half time they're at 0-0 at the moment. So having some drinks and hopefully someone can get a result there. West Ham are still trying their hardest to not get relegated, so that might be important for them. Wolves versus Tottenham. This is the big one. Both teams are in the relegation zone. Tottenham being a massive club. If they get relegated, that's going to be the story of the year. At the moment, halftime score for those guys is 0-0 as well. And the other game that's on at the moment, which is halftime, is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. And Liverpool have got the head on them with 2-0 at halftime. So we have Andy Robertson, the good Scottish man, has as a left-back defender, he's scored one of the goals. And I think Alexander Isak, who is a new Liverpool recruit, used to play for Newcastle. He's a Swedish fella, big tall bloke. He scored the first goal. So there is your score update from the Premier League. Hope you enjoyed that.
Do you have a score update for York City for their last game? Because I thought they were close to going up. Actually, instantly.
Is that the firsts or the seconds? York City.
They were the one below. They were in the Conference League. The one below
in the conference. No, I won't have that. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I just wondered how, because I don't, like I say, I don't follow football, but because it's my hometown, I'd heard recently that they were close to going up if they won the last game, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I then didn't bother to check.
They're playing against. As far as I know, they're playing against Rochdale, and it's one of those. If Rochdale win it, they'll go up. If York draw or win, they'll go up.
Win, yeah. So keep your fingers crossed then. Come on, York. Come on, York.
Well, I can have a quick look here. Conference League. No, that's UEFA.
Didn't they play Friday? I'm not sure.
They might well have done.
Friday night.
So it might be all in. It might be all done. Shall I ask AI?
No, I've got it here. York played York City, played Yeovil, played Yeovil Town 3-0. They got the up. That's the 19th of April. Right. Now hang on, there's another game coming. Wait.
It's 1-1 at Rochdale now at the moment between York and Rochdale.
Rockdale versus York City full time today, 1-1. There you go.
Yeah.
So the table is York City are still on top with 108 points. They're 2 points ahead of Rochdale.
All right.
Good stuff. Yes. That's good.
Oh, Jesus, an ex-Premier League club in it. Nice. Anyway, okay. We are going to keep rocking and rolling with Price Watch.
Yay.
Be nice with your sledgehammers, people. Morrison Digital Trumpet, the MDT, and the Yamaha VL70-M in a module with Patchman Turbo upgrade. All yours for $4,700.
That's amazing.
Let's have a look at the auction, eh?
That's
I certainly want to have a play with. I mean, I couldn't blow a note, but that's so funny. That's great.
Couldn't blow out a candle either. No,
You might have a chance at that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
All right, let's go to the photos. There it is. Doesn't that thing look bizarre? I mean,
brilliant.
It's either something that you found in a drug bust, or it's actually a music instrument. There you go. There it is in pieces. There's the VL70. Interesting looking thing. This guy really wants to get rid of it. Quick, take a photo. Quick, take another photo. It comes in a nice little case.
Gun show.
Nice little case. So yeah, there is the Morrison digital trumpet, the MDT, with the Yamaha sound module, the VL70-M, which is the little mini modules, the half rack modules. You can actually get rack ears for those, I believe.
Half.
Yeah, the half racks. Midget racks. Stop it, Rans. Right. We talked about lollies earlier. Ian will tell you about it. Next, we have got the Korg MS50. Now, the MS50 is actually a synthesizer expander module. You guys heard of these? If you haven't,
I've heard of it.
if you haven't, I mean, obviously they would work with your MS20, right?
Like Ball has.
Yeah, that's MS10.
Or your MS10. But obviously, you got all got the connectivity on this thing. It's huge connectivity. Love the voltmeter, fantastic, and the big trig switch, fantastic. Love it. Great technology. Look, even to this day, this technology I think is still equal.
It's S-trig.
Good old S-trig. Tap your feet to the S-trig.
Yeah. Negative triggers.
220 volts for those playing along at home. You can use those in the UK.
Trig. Hey, we can use it here.
Can use it here, yeah. I mean, it might squeak and fart at you, but you can use it here. 2,000 US buckaroonies.
It's meant to. It's meant to squeak.
It's supposed to be.
So
yeah.
why is he in America? Because if he's in America, he's going to have a step down, isn't he? To 110.
Yeah, it's in Lansing, Michigan. We don't have any
110.
tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
The original unit was 220 volts converted to run on a North American voltage without the transformer by sound gas. So basically, he'd probably just used a step down converter.
Yeah.
To plug it in, which I used to do with my MKS70. I used to step up converter for the MKS70. I had to convert from 110 to 240.
Yeah, I did that. I used to have a keyboard, a Yamaha keyboard amp, a small amp, and that was 110. I used to step up on that.
Yeah, a little bit of pain though, isn't it? A little bit of pain.
Is.
Yeah. All right, next, we have got the Dave Smith's Mono Evolver, the mech, the keyboard version. So don't forget they did a module version of this. So that one is $1,350. That's actually a pretty good price, to be honest. I actually don't mind that price. The Mono Evolvers are interesting because they're a bit of a hybrid synth, aren't they? One of the early hybrid synths that Dave Smith made.
Filters. Yeah. Sort of ARM-based.
I actually don't mind the Evolver. I think that there's nothing to dislike about them at all. Always play in stereo. What? Is there a close-up of that? Hang on, let's see if there's a better one of that sticker. No, maybe it's that. Let's see if we can get a better version of that. Oh, wow. So that's the original sticker. Interesting. I never knew it had that on there. I reckon a lot of people would take those off. So what was the price on that again? $1,350 US. And whereabouts is that one located? That was located in where? Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Welsh name. That town, isn't it? Bryn Mawr. Or either Welsh or Cornish. Is it a Cornish name or a Welsh name? Bryn Mawr.
I don't know for sure, but I would say it was.
I'd say it's Welsh. Yeah, sounds Welsh to me.
That
part of the world,
doesn't
anyway.
sound too bad to me. That price for that.
I reckon that's a good price. Yeah. If you're in that part of the world, I can share the links if you want. I'll give you the link in the chat to that one. Price watch, Poly Evolver. No, mono evolver. What am I saying? Poly evolver. Mono evolver. Bang. There you go. There's the link for that sucker. Right. I think there's one more. The PPG Wave 2.3.
Oh.
2.3. This thing is kind of topical right now, right? Because they just announced that the new one that they've made. Reissue, revamp, whatever you want to call it. This one is a refurbished one. This is in Germany too, in Remscheid in Germany. Remscheid. 15,000 euros, this one. That one might be a little bit on the rich side.
Depends who owned it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a look in a sec. But there you go.
Unless it was owned by Maikshifter.
It's photographed on his laundry floor there. Nice, clean tiles.
Nice
That's
tiles,
the
but they should
firmware.
be Plinkies.
It's not a sterile synth. I know it's photographed on the tiles. I know digital can sound a bit sterile. Oh, look at that port on the back sticking out like inviting you to plug it in. Oh, we got some German there. Ein vollständig Ried wird. No, I'm not going to do it. There you go. There's the English.
Oh, English.
Realistic sale. I love it. Realistic sale price 19,000 to 23,000 euro. Peak prices in top condition 25,000. And I am only selling it for 15,000. I am giving you a bargain. You will accept my offer, otherwise I will slap you across the face. No, this guy is I don't even know where he's I will slap my own face.
It's like, that's... Just don't break out the lederhosen, please, Ranzee.
He must be in the friggin' southern part of Germany because he got it serviced in Vienna. Either that or he's gone for a massive drive to get this thing serviced. Where is Remscheid? I need to Google Maps that now. I don't think I've ever been there. It is spelt wrong. Gosh. Fantastic. Oh, it's kind of Dusseldorf way, if you're wondering. Cologne. Oh, it is a fair way from Austria. Wow. He did go for a bit of a drive, this guy. Good on you, mate. I don't know what virtual music is like in Vienna. Let me know if you guys know in chat. If you've been to virtual music in Vienna, there must be... maybe the guy that lives there might be a PPG expert. Maybe that's why he's gone there. Interesting. Yeah.
Guru.
Yeah. Does it have any famous owners? No. Not that I can see, yes. Chris. Maybe he's famous, the guy that's selling it. His name's Housse. Anyway, that's it for Price Watch. What would you guys buy? Would you buy a mono evolver, a PPG, the MS50, or the Morrison digital trumpet?
No.
Probably the Evolver.
Yeah.
Evolver's the steal, isn't it? That's the price.
Really.
Mind you, the MS50 is not too bad either. 2,000, that's a pretty good price. Not sure about the Morrison. Not too sure about the old Morrison. Like I said, I think the cops would be interested in that if they saw it in your living room. It's a trumpet, I promise. No, we are going to. What are we going to do now?
Don't take it. Don't pull it out in a train station. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to busk with, wouldn't it?
Lots of people are saying that either the MS50 or the Evolver for them. I think that seems to be the general gist of it. I'll give you the link to the MS50.
Probe getting an SQ10 for 600 about 10 years ago. That seems like a good price. An original SQ10.
Would you buy that for an SQ10? I mean, they're pretty dicey to own. Ian, I don't.
It's all,
don't,
I see it's all the repairs and things, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if
service there.
I can't look. I could be wrong, but you know how if you get the 960 from Moog, if you get that Moog 960, you just cannot get some of the chips for that anymore.
Yeah.
The SQ10 may not suffer from that. It might be a bit more simpler in its design, but yeah, be careful with those sort of things.
They had one at Korg headquarters. It wasn't plugged in when I went to Milton Keynes a few years ago, but they did have one there.
Da Vinci goes close to Cologne, but not close, not in Cologne. Okay, nice. Cool. Nice to see you guys. Well, I think because I've got soccer to go to at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow, and it's 11:12 p.m. now, that gives me almost about 7 hours sleep. I feel like it's probably time we hung up the hat, boys and girls, and said goodbye. But before we do, I thought I'd just talk about one last thing. During the news this week, there was probably another 5 to 10 products that I could have shown you guys. I wouldn't show you that many anyway, but a lot of them are just generating these weird noises. I was talking to Chris and the guys about this earlier. I did this video years ago. This is probably like 2017, circa 2017 video, where I was basically saying, hey guys, this is how I film my videos. This is way back when I had the OP1. Look at that, Ian. There's my OP1.
Yay.
And check this out. This is going to be like a split second, so you got to catch it, right? But one of the cameras I used, listen to the crappy digital noise this thing picks up. This is the camera that I used. I think it was was either a GoPro or a Zoom camera or something. Anyway, it was one of the really bad. Never had like any sort of ground loop noise treatment in the circuitry or anything. Watch this. Here we go. See, everything's working fine. We could sell that camera as a friggin' like all these products that are coming out. We were trying to get this stuff out of our gear back in 2017, and now people are selling these products. I don't know, guys. It's kind of it's just making me laugh. I'm just having a bit of a laugh with you guys about it. You going to say, Chris?
Get my OP1 down, actually. I should do something with my OP1.
No, I was going to say, you know how they've got those rooms that they do the IEC testing or the CET. I think it's CET in Europe. Or the electrical noise and radio frequency compliance checking that they do on electronics these days. It's the complete opposite of what they.
Those devices aren't allowed in there. Exactly. Oh yeah, it's like the ferrite cage, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I take it you did the synth clue when I was out.
We're going to do one more synth clue, Daren.
All right.
We're going to do one more synth clue. I was just kind of winding everyone up. All right, here we go. Let's go to Synth Central, Synth Clue Central. We'll do the last clue. Pitch stick. That should narrow it down. Yeah. Everyone waits for the last clue. Wee boom. Put your guesses in. Exclamation mark, Synth Quiz, space, and then your guess. And then we'll end the show with the winner of the Synth Quiz. Or you could sample that noise that I just did before. That'd be pretty interesting. Let's see what people are going to come up with Synth Quiz guesses.
Very nice as well.
Here we go. We've got James saying the mini log. See if that'll pop up in a sec. Okay. You guys got to get in quick because I don't think Wagoo's here. Got to get in quick. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen Wagoo.
Ian's gone for his usual.
Of course. No, I don't think he's right, but
The best analog sequence, says Bicky, in his opinion, was the ARP one the 26 there. And isn't Behringer making one of those at the moment? Oh, Wagoo stumped. What the hell? I've stumped him. Okay, I can tell you, I can give you a clue. I can tell you that the answer can be 2 synths. I'll allow 2. There's 2 synths that it could be. But that's about all I'm going to say at the moment. Here we go. Lots of people are putting their answers in. We've got JP8000. We've got Prophet VS. Wow, we're going all over the place. Oh, Bicky, they're doing the Korg one? I thought they were doing the ARP one. Could have sworn someone said they were doing the ARP one. I need to check on that. They did a mock-up of it, right. Well, they need to stop mocking things. You know? How many guesses have we got in now?
oh, Prob's gone for W8000.
Okay.
It's more like
Where's
to
my
us.
little
If-
notes?
If it was, it'd be the 6000 with the arpeggiator.
I keep forgetting, Chris, all the commands that I've given this. Quiz entries. That's what I want to type. Yeah.
Reg or whatever his name is.
Quiz entry.
Derek. I can't remember what we call him.
Dennis, I think Ian calls him.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis. Let's get to
Dennis. Come on,
Lassiter's.
Dennis.
So far, according to Quiz, we've got called Polly 800, Prophet VS, Roland JP 8000, Korg Mini Log, DW 6000. Okay. You guys want me to reveal the answer? Do you think you guys have given
for it.
give up?
I give up.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't want that scrolling twice. All right, here we go. We are going to do the answer to the Synth Quiz, people. I am going to go quiz closed. Reveal says Vicky. Oh, stop quiz, not quiz closed. All right, the quiz is stopped. Pens down, pencils down, whatever it says. There we go. Right, nobody has got the correct answer. I can tell you that much. The answer is, you guys are going to kick yourself. You should know this. It is the Klavier Nord Lead 2. I would have accepted the 2X as well. I know they're about 5 years apart, those two, but there you go. The Klavier Nord Lead. Do I have a photo of that?
Yeah, probably would have helped.
Form,
I do.
Pitch wheel thing.
There you go. That's what we're looking for. The 2X would have sufficed as well. They have exactly the same controls as those quiz clues. You had ARP hold. The ARP hold feature is in the arpeggiator section. The dist/filter EQ is in the distorted filter feature. And the pitch stick is what they call that wooden thing.
Oh, right.
It's in the manual. That's actually how they refer to it. There you go. Vicky's like, we aren't millionaires. Vicky, you're funny. That is a good comment, mate. Comment of the year. I agree with you.
It's too expensive.
I know. I would love to own some clavier stuff as well.
I've played a Nord Piano 2 once, I think it was, but that's the only time. I never played any of the others.
Wagoo's saying it's dubious. He's off. He's angry now.
Oh.
He's angry. I did check this one out. I'm
Trouble in Paradise.
pretty sure I got it
It's
all
a
right.
red organ. Steve says it's a red organ. He's got a point.
It's a VA. Come on, boys. It's a VA.
Yeah, virtual analog. That was really used. It's all over a heap of dance music.
Yeah, it is.
2000s.
The thing that kind of annoyed me about it though is that they could literally, I don't know, they probably have by now, but in the day when the Nord Leads and the Nord Wave and the Nord whatever was out, they could have made just one red thing and it did everything because there's they had the electronics to do it, but obviously they were milking the community. Yeah, I mean, look, I know some guys who've got a Nord Lead and they swear by them. I think they're really good. The build quality of them, I have to admit, I've gone and played a few in the shops over the years. I've always, the one that I really, really was kind of, I was about to get the credit card out, was that one with the, it was probably a couple of years ago now. Like the organy thing, Daren. Do you remember that? We were really getting excited about it.
With the drawbars.
With the drawbars.
The one with the drawbars.
Yeah.
There was that really cool video with the all the different organ players on it. It was actually pretty good.
That was last year, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
That was last year. Yeah.
I actually got to see one locally here. When in Chris, you'd be able to go and play it if you want. There's one at the shop that you like to go to, and it was better in person than it was on the video. I have to admit, this thing was like, it really, like, you have to lock your credit card in your car before you walk in the shop, because then you can go, oh God, I've left my wallet in the car.
Okay, yeah.
The salespeople love that line, don't they?
They should have a little force field around it that detects, reads your credit card and says, no, you don't have enough to walk into this spot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Get back out.
Like an RFID credit checker.
Just automatically checks it. So, no, in this part of the synth shop, you're not allowed, mate. Sorry, your credit card's been checked. It ain't got enough on it.
Well, there we go. So, geez, I didn't expect you guys to not get that, by the way. Hold. In the up section, there's a button that says hold. Come on. Dist filter EQ. It's in there. Trust me. Insufficient funds, Biggie. All right, we are going to... Oh, wags. I've seen it. I've seen it. We are going to finish the show. Stuart's inquiry. Fair enough. We are going to finish the show on that lovely note of that disappointment. Thanks, guys.
Have a good week, everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good week.
See you
Press
guys.
record.
Bye.
Bye.